Good morning. I'm Blanca Deusdat, and I'm Associate Professor at Rovira Virgili University in Tarragona, Spain, at the Department of Anthropology, Philosophy, and Social Work. And I'm also the coordinator of the SoCaTel project, a multi-stakeholder co-creation platform for better access to long-term care services. It's an H2020 project funded by the European Commission. Welcome to this MOOC course on co-creation on long-term care service that we have made together with the postdoctoral research Isabella Rico. What is co-creation? We are going to co-create about services for older adults. Co-creation has a start first in the business sector, involving customers in the design of goods. Later has been adapted in the public sector for co-creating services. So this is some practice that is new, mainly in countries of Southern Europe and Eastern Europe. And it's very important to engage all the citizenship in the process of co-creation service so as to meet their real needs. For whom do co-create in SoCaTel? We are going to co-create for older adults. And we have to bear in mind that older adults is not an homogeneous group. So we have to avoid stereotypes, prejudice, and avoid to be ageist. What is ageism? Ageism is age discrimination, as can be racism or sexism. Age discrimination is mainly affecting older adults, because we don't think about all their full potential and we can treat them disrespectfully. But it can also affect younger people that we consider that they are not prepared to carry a job. Co-creation with older adults, we are going to give you some tips so as to do it in a more smoothly and correct way. For instance, speak slowly, articulate without exaggeration. Make frequent eye contact. Speak clearly and repeat your message when necessary. Avoid speaking as she or he was a child. And make sure that we are all at the same page all the time. In our method, we involve all stakeholders in the process. You have to think for whom you are to co-creating and involving everybody. We have adapted the methodology of quadruple helix, which means that we involve the society, all the adults, professional, family carers, relatives, care workers, also the private sector, service providers, public service providers, policymakers, researchers in academia, and also software developers. We are going now to start saying some methods that we have used in the co-creation in the SoCaTel project for co-creation, methods and techniques. Let's start with Lego Serious Play. In the case of Lego Serious Play, it is a technique which needs a facilitator. First, you need to have a table and a space where people can sit around, and also you need to have another table where you put all the little pieces of the Lego. In the Lego Serious Play, you also have this facilitator, and everybody tried to construct a model answering problems and finding solutions to a topic set previously. Finally, all the group are doing together a common mock-up. The other technique is the design thinking, another technique. We have also used it in SoCaTel. Design thinking works on emphasize, define, design, prototype, and test. In our project in SoCaTel, we have done in the first phase, in emphasize, what we have done is to carry out focus group and interviews to get to know about the problems on long-term care in the different areas in Europe where we have implemented the project. In the second phase, to define, we have analyzed all these interviews, and we have also found the first functional requirement for our co-creation digital platform. In the design, we have designed, the software developers with all this material have designed a prototype, a mock-up, a first mock-up of the possible platform. And then with the different Lego serious play and also meeting different design thinking, we have also have groups where we have discussed this first mock-up, and with a big sheet of paper where we can put our ideas and feedback on this first design of the platform. Finally, we have had small groups when the prototype was already developed. We had small groups for feedback about the interface of this platform. What is digital co-creation? Digital co-creation is not real and is in a digital environment, and means that it is online. Everything is done online. Which are the benefits of digital co-creation? Can be very comfortable and convenient. You can do it whenever and whatever. I mean, in your home and in another place where you are. It's easy to use because it's only you have access to everybody in the world, so it is not difficult, and with a laptop or a tablet you can use it. It's also inclusive because everybody can use it, can have access. Which are the digital barriers? Particularly we are referring to all the adults. It can be a loss of interest, and then you need to help and make sure. That's why there is the facilitator in the co-creation, digital co-creation of SoCaTel, that helps to make people engage and keep them interested in the process of co-creation. If there is also a lack of motivation, can be because there is a kind of digital gap in the case of all the adults, but thankfully, this is every time more short, and there are all the adults that can also use digital tools with facility. We also have designed in SoCaTel the figure of a buddy that can help the people to use these digital platforms. So this seems something that will be overcome in the years to come. Hackathons. We have also organized a hackathon after our real co-creation on Lego Serious Play. In Lego Serious Play, we have found different topics regarding long-term care. One aspect that we have found is the lack of information about benefits. Another one, the administrative complexity. Thirdly, we have also found lack of coordination among professionals. And finally, another thing very important, last but not least, was the scarcity of resources and the poor labor conditions, particularly the care workers in the sector. So with all this, we have found ideas about what to co-create. We have co-created and find that one aspect that affects very much all the adults nowadays was loneliness and isolation. So to alleviate this isolation and loneliness, we tried to develop a digital service. So what we have organized is a hackathon. What is a hackathon? Well, a hackathon is a marathon where in 8 hours or 2 days, people meet together and try to find solutions in this short period of time of a problem. So they have to solve a problem, or there is to tackle. We had organized in Barcelona a hackathon. This hackathon in Barcelona has been a way where you could find solutions on this problem that you have found. It has been also a jury to decide which was the best group or the best prototype that these different groups have done in 2 days hackathon. Finally, the jury, this is very important, was a multidisciplinary jury where there was social workers, engineers, economists, all the adults, and there we decide which would be the best service to be developed. And then we develop this service in 2 more months that is available as a free app. Other co-creation techniques. We have one co-creation technique that is very successful nowadays is user persona and is connected with the idea of algorithms. What does user persona means? It means that we try to find a prototype of persona representing a group of people that summarize a little bit their characteristics. And with this, we can design a service, better service, and meet the real needs of this persona. Another technique is mind map. The mind map is starting with a brainstorming of ideas, and then we try to have an overview of the problem and organize, put certain order to these ideas so as to better tackle or start a problem or issue to solve. Another technique, and that is also incorporated in our SoCaTel platform, is 6 Thinking Hats by Edward Bono. It consists in that everybody abandon their own perspective and try to be empathized with the perspective of somebody else. For instance, try to be an older adult, put in the feet of older adults, or in a policymaker, and having different perspective to tackle an issue or a matter that we refer. We also have other useful sources that you can have available in SoCaTel, our website, and different videos that you can see. And also we have added some other useful sources in design thinking, in legal serious play, and some articles that we have written in our project. And finally, we thank you for your time, and we hope that you enjoy and learn and co-create. Let's co-create.